What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the Motorhead YouTube channel. So today we are finishing up my auction Audi, and I'm actually going to show you what I paid for this car and what it ended up costing me. And I actually got a very interested buyer who came by the shop and wants to buy it. So we're gonna go over the profits and what you could make on this car. But we do need to go ahead and button it up, and there's a lot we need to do. And we did just finish the windshield, so I'm gonna roll that footage and we're gonna go from there. So as you can see, we got the windshield installed. Big shout out to Don and Frank. They helped me get that thing in there. But we have a lot of work to do today. First off, I need to get this door back together because we did throw a blend on here. And as you can see right here, the car is pretty low. That is because we have H&R springs, and I did that one while I was doing the suspension work. And we do have to do this one right here. So we're gonna do that next, but first I want to go ahead and get that door put back together. And once we have that door back together, we will work on the front end a little bit. And that, unfortunately, guys, I didn't realize that there's supposed to be a bracket here that holds the bumper to the light. And so as you can see, this bumper cannot be buttoned up, so we're gonna have to wait for that. And also the hood is a little high. I think I need to lower the radiator support a little bit, so we're gonna do that too. That way we can bring this hood down a little bit and fix that gap right there, because that is just no bueno and that's not gonna fly. Definitely need it to look a lot better than this. So let's go ahead and get started, get this door back together right here. We do need to get the door panel on because I had to unplug the mirror. It was actually pretty tricky, it like snaked through there, but not a big deal. It's gonna take a couple of minutes. So let's go ahead and get this door back together and move on. Okay, so door is together. That went together very smoothly. I'm gonna lift up the rear, and I'm gonna start on the rear first. We're gonna get these two wheels off and we're gonna lower the rear of it. I'm pretty sure the rear is gonna be a lot easier than that front right, so I'm gonna knock this out real quick, get the two lowering springs on here, and we're gonna move on to that one over there. Well, I got it lowered, and I gotta say that was the most stressful thing ever. And honestly, it's not even low enough, but it's gonna be fine. It's a daily. Definitely looks a lot better than it was. And man, guys, I gotta tell you, I really want to fix this now. But I do want to first get it on the road and get it going, because I am selling, well, I sold this Sentra to my dad, so, but I really want to get this thing on the road, so we will be fixing that later. And I might probably go ahead and redo this quarter too. They just did a terrible job, and when me and Don untaped it, it pulled clear right there. So I definitely think that I should paint both of these, and then it'll be really nice and have no imperfections, and I think it'll turn out really good. So that'll be in a future episode. I'm gonna go home, guys, because this spring install took way longer than I expected, and it was extremely stressful. As you can see by my hands, it was not fun at all. So tomorrow we'll dig into making this gap good and buttoning everything up front. I also have the fender liner for this side. We got a brand new one because it had a little slice in it. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll get this thing done, and that'll be it on this build. All right, guys, it's been a couple days. We got this beauty in the garage, and I'm gonna go ahead and take this bumper off right here, and we need to go ahead and button everything up. These brackets came in that hold this to there, and I just want to make sure everything under there is good. And then we're going to replace this fender liner right here, and I have a new tire coming. It's going to be here tomorrow, and it's going to match this one right here. They're Bridgestone Firehawks or something like that, and it's a nice tire, so I'm going to put it on there. And those are going bad, so eventually I'll swap those out for these. So let's go ahead and get this bumper off. Let's button everything up onto there, get those brackets on, and then we can go ahead and put it on for good, and it won't come off anymore, and then we can move on. And I do want to drive this thing home tomorrow, so hopefully all goes well and we can button everything up. I'm having a little bit of an issue with how it's running, something with the EPC. So it's saying there's an air leak. I don't know, might have to get a new valve, but we are definitely going to look into that tomorrow when the scanner guy comes. So let's go ahead and get this done and move on. All right, guys, so we got it all done. The only issue is this gap right here isn't perfect. As you can see, it sticks out a little bit, but I mean, you really can't see it that bad. I mean, it is kind of unfortunate, but I played with that gap for a while, and it's aftermarket fender and aftermarket bumper, so you know, you never get it perfect. Everything else lined up really good. As you can see, the hood and everything, I went ahead and fixed these hood gaps, and this bumper lined up to the OEM fender really good, as you can see. And this thing looks awesome. I can't wait to get that wheel on tomorrow. We're gonna get that mounted, and that's gonna be it. Like I said, I do need to get it scanned, but right now we're gonna go ahead and get this fender liner on. And once we get the fender liner on, I think that'll be it for today. And we're just gonna wait till tomorrow, get the rest of it done, and drive it home. For anyone rebuilding a car, do your fender liner before you drive it, because if you drive it, you'll never end up putting that fender liner on until it's time to sell. So it's best to just get it all done completely, and then when it's time to sell it, you don't have to take it back apart, because usually any car me or any of my friends or family have procrastinated the fender liners on, it usually never goes on until the car gets sold. So we're gonna go ahead and button this up, and then I think there's another piece that goes over here, and it holds this RS3 style bumper to the undercar shield. So I'm gonna go get that, and we're gonna button all this up. Okay, just like that, guys, I got the bottom buttoned up. I got this fender liner on. All that's left are these caps, which I had to order them out of country, so it'll be a while before they come. They'll go on last, so not a big deal. We'll just stick them in there, glue them on, but everything else looks good. As you can see, we still have all the caps and everything, even the VIN and the emblem and everything in here is good. Still have to put these wipers on, but other than that, it's all buttoned up and it turned out really awesome. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, and we're gonna go ahead and get some rest, and in the morning we'll get it scanned and figure out what that issue is, and after that it'll be roadworthy after tire shop gets my tire on. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, all right guys, just like that, the Audi build is all together. Yesterday the tire shop put the tire on for me. As you can see, I was in a hurry, so I didn't record it, and also I fixed the misfiring issue. Turns out I googled it and it wasn't the coil pack. I did buy a coil pack, so I have to return that today. It turns out it just needed new spark plugs because they were super gunked up. So now it runs amazing. Yesterday I actually drove it 4 hours to and from Knoxville, so this thing definitely does do pretty good. I do need you guys' help though. If anyone knows, I facelifted it and I can't get the headlights to work. I know you have to code them, and if anyone's done it step by step would be very nice. So you could DM me on Instagram. Also, I did order these things right here. You like it?
It's raining, see?
Yeah, it's raining. We're about to go inside, Livy.
The car is just wet.
Yeah, it is, and I just washed it. Now it's gonna be dirty. So now it is officially done, and we're gonna kind of go over a price reveal and what this thing costed. But as I was saying before I got interrupted, which it's okay, she's cute. Once I get these things, I'm gonna paint them together with this whole side. As you guys remember, this does not match, and they did a really bad job. They didn't even take this off, they just taped it. So I'm gonna have to peel that off and fix all that, and probably get this cut out or peel it back when I paint it, because they did a really bad job and it doesn't match. And we're gonna blend onto this front door, and after that this thing's gonna be perfect, because as you can see, the quarter and the bumper is really bad match, and then this one isn't as bad because they tried to blend it out, but it's still really bad. It's like a completely different color, and our paint matches a lot better. So we're gonna do that later when those caps come in, because I'll have to paint those anyways. But other than that, it turned out really nice, and I'm super happy with these results. But yeah, if anyone can help me with these headlights, please comment or DM me on Instagram or something. I really need to fix that and figure out there's not really a true step-by-step process on doing it, and I really need to figure it out because I need my headlights. So yeah, we're about to get in the car because it is starting to rain pretty bad, and we're gonna do a full price breakdown and see the profits. All right guys, we are back at the house, and I'm gonna kind of do a little price reveal on what this car costed. I do have a buyer. He's buying it for $15,000, and so we're gonna go over what it costed and what I will make off of this car right here. The original price of the car, I did buy it now because I kind of needed a car as soon as possible, so I didn't wait for any to come up for bid. Buy it now was $4,900. After the COPART fees, it was $5,873. That's with delivery of the car. I paid $200 to get the car delivered, so the original price was like $5,600. The radiator support was busted, as you guys remember. That was $117. I don't know how I found it for so cheap. All the other websites were selling it for like $300, $400. So we got really lucky on that. The headlights were the most expensive part on the car. They were $1,200 for both of them. That's with tax. I think they were $1,000 originally. The front bumper was $975. That's with shipping, and the front glass was $135. And the fender was $200 off of eBay. I bought a cheap one, and surprisingly the fender matched up really nicely. The gaps look really good. Also, there was a fender liner busted. I honestly didn't have to replace it. It was just a tiny little cut, but I wanted it all to be really good, so I went ahead and replaced that for $67. The wheels I got off Marketplace, they were super cheap. They were 350 bucks, and I used my original tires and put those on those rims to save some money. I bought the springs, H&R springs. They were brand new, but it was an open box off Marketplace for $100. So that brings us to a grand total of $9,017 with a profit of $6,000. And that's crazy because this car was barely touched. As you guys remember, there was no frame damage, and it was just simple remove, replace, and paint. So yeah, that's exactly what it costed me. We will still be fixing that side because he doesn't like the paint match. So now we definitely have to fix it. So don't worry guys, stay tuned for that. I'll make another video fixing this thing and buttoning it all up and getting it ready for the buyer. So I'll see you guys in the next one. If you guys enjoy the content, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and you can follow us on Instagram at motorhead.co. I'll link it down below. We appreciate all the love and support on the videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.